Welcome to the Art of Vibrancy podcast. It's a place where inspired experts distill their brilliance down into simple, practical advice that you can use right away. It's 8 minutes, it's 4 questions, and it's one practical piece of advice that you can put into use today. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Art of Vibrancy podcast. Today, we're going to fire your senses because we have with us the one and only Jill Foos. Jill, how are you today? And tell our audience where you're speaking from.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me on your podcast. I am coming from Chicago, downtown Chicago.
Yay, Chicago. Mm-hmm. I've flown through, but is it O'Hara, the airport? Yeah.
Yes.
I've flown through, but I've never actually been out of the airport, I'm sorry to say.
Well, next time you should spend a couple of days. We have such good food here, so it's a great time.
So. Right. Next time I shall definitely stop. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll just tell our audience a little bit about you. Jill Foos is a Chicago-based functional medicine health coach. She graduated from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in 2018 and the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy in 2019, where she honed in on her health coaching skills, and that includes the psychology of changing lifestyle habits. Fabulous, Jill. Right, you know the score. It's 4 questions in 8 minutes. So your time, Jill, starts now. Here we go. What, in your experience, Jill, is the biggest problem that people face as they age with regard to staying healthy, well, and positive?
That's a great question. Great place to start. And I am going to go with people don't know their why, or they do know their why and just can't get started. So knowing your why and why you want to jump on a health journey and change lifestyle habits is the hardest part of the work. And a lot of people know their why and can't get started, while the others just want to get going, but they don't know their why. So everybody's why is different. Why do you want to lose the weight? Do you have a grandchild coming on board soon and you can't even bend over to tie your shoes? Why do you want to climb Mount Everest? Is that a personal goal? Is it something that you've always dreamt of doing, but you are not in shape? You've been living a sedentary life for the last 10 years. So really knowing that unique why to you is the biggest challenge I think people face. In health coaching, we have something called SMART goals. So for example, the S refers to a specific health goal. So let's just use losing weight as an example. So I want to lose 7 to 10 pounds. Okay. And then the S for measurable. So how are we going to measure if you've succeeded your goal? Well, by losing the weight, looking on the scale. And the A is for attainable. Is this an attainable goal? Like what steps do you need to take to attain that? And then the R is for resources. Do you have the resources to make that goal happen? Do you have a park near you where you can go exercise? Are you a member of a gym? Do you have a yoga studio? What is around you that you can use as a resource? And then the T is for time bound. How long are you going to give yourself to lose this 7 to 10 pounds? Is it going to be, 3 months, 6 months? So all of these things are super important, but cannot be answered until you know your why.
Right. So that's the crux of it, is to know your why. So you Absolutely. Help people to explore that, I presume, to find their why.
Yes. And oftentimes people come to me and they think they know their why, but through a conversation, they decide that's not their why and there's a different why. So sometimes the real why is hiding underneath the seemingly correct why.
That's the beauty of having a coach and bouncing these ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yes. That's lovely. Right. Yes. Great start. I like that. I like what and the SMART goals. That's such a good way of looking at it. Question number 2. What are the common mistakes or misconceptions that people have about solving that problem, finding the why, and maybe not knowing about the SMART goals?
I think that people think they don't need help. And that is a big roadblock to success. When people make the same mistakes over and over again, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, but not achieving different results. So, we all need help. I need help doing my taxes. I need help, shopping for clothing. I look to a stylist to help me. So not being afraid to ask for help. When you've tried multiple things, you've tried different diets and cleanses and detoxes, or maybe you've tried different fitness routines. You've tried what your neighbor does. You've tried what your yoga buddy does. None of this stuff seems to work because we're all bio-individual. We all have our own unique equation. So sometimes people also don't want to change until something chronic happens. Like maybe they're eating fried foods until they have a heart attack, or maybe they remain sedentary until they fall and break a hip and need surgery. So sometimes something chronic needs to happen for someone to wake up and say, okay, that's my red flag, my big red flag, and now I need to do something. While others have an easier time acknowledging that they've tried and failed, and getting help might be the next step.
Yeah, great. So don't be frightened to ask for help. That's the
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, don't be frightened to actually proactively go and look for help, because as you said, we need help with it, especially with our health. And a
absolutely
coach, someone like yourself or myself. This is what we. Right, great. You're doing great. 3 minutes left. Question number 3. This is a great one for you, Jill. What's the number one tip that you could give to our audience today to help them, a tangible, specific thing that they could actually do right away?
Well, I think this is connected to question number 2. Start building your team. Call someone for help, whether it's a health coach like myself or a dietitian, a nutritionist, a trainer. When you reach that point where everything has failed, back to number 2 and number 3 are connected. Start building the team around you for that support.
Brilliant. Get help. Go for it. Yeah, yes. I like it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's absolutely brilliant. Right. Question number 4. 2 minutes left. We've got loads of time. What free resource would you like to share with our audience today?
I always offer free health phone consultations. I think that there needs to be a sense of rapport between me and my client. I might not be right for them. I like to listen to, if they do know their why are they calling me? What is their health goal? What have they tried before? So I like to have that initial conversation before we embark on a journey together, because I'm the co-pilot. So they need to like me. I need to resonate with them. I don't tell anyone what to do. It's not, you need to do this. It's having the conversations, hard conversations. And so I do think you need to build that rapport on the telephone, or it can be a Zoom, whatever it is, but there needs to be some kind of connection between me and my client. The other things I do is on my website, I am also a recipe formulator. So I build tons of recipes for my clients, and they're all free. So even if you're not my client, you can go on my website and get the recipes, and they're all about being paleo and keto and carnivore. So everything I develop is free of sugar, free of grains, gluten, dairy, although I always opt in to put in options for other people, like if they have food allergies. I used to develop food allergy related products for other companies. So I'm very well versed on that. And then I also have my own podcast called Health Trip with Jill Foos, and I interview functional medicine doctors and practitioners. So I love the science of health coaching. I love the science of how bio-individual we all are and how unique our equations are. So I love to help people discover what their equation is, because by the time they get to me, they haven't discovered it. And so through my podcast, I can hit a broader spectrum of people and bring current medical information to them.
Talk about timing.
Perfect.
You couldn't have done that better. That was superb. Just
Yeah, that's
before we
great.
go, very quickly, say the name of your website. I'll put the link below, of course, but just say the name now.
www.jillfooswellness.com.
JillFoosWellness.com. Right, we'll put the link
Right.
below. Jill, you've been absolutely brilliant on behalf of the Art of Vibrancy audience and myself, of course. Thank you so much. Have a great day over there in the Windy City, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for checking out the Art of Vibrancy podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes, subscribe, rate us, and leave a review, and I'll love you forever. And if you'd like to try my energy boosting, inflammation busting, brain and body food breakfast, head over to www.breakfastofbrilliance.com and download the recipe today. See you soon. Bye.